This week it really hit me that the year is almost over, guys. We got like 3 months left. We're in the end game for 2025. And I feel like when I got to this point in the year last year, and the year before that, and probably even the year before that, I just kind of stopped working towards the things I wanted to work towards, and I just kept being like, yeah, the year's almost done. Let me just wait till January 1st. I can start fresh January 1st, and this year I'm not making that same mistake. These last 3 months are super important because we have to make a very important decision. Are we gonna sit around, do nothing, relax because the year is almost over? Or are we gonna lock in and make these last 3 months count? Are we gonna lock in and end this year on a high note? And if you click this video, I'm really hoping you chose option 2. So today, I wanted to talk y'all through how we can use these last 3 months of the year and really make a difference in our life. Really make some progress, take some wins, and get our life moving in the right direction. So let's get into it. But first things first, let's take a second to reflect. Let's take a second to look back on all those goals that we had at the start of the year, all our New Year's resolutions. Maybe it was working out more, maybe it was starting that side hustle, maybe it was saving more money, maybe it was just picking up a book and reading it. Whatever it is, did you actually do it? Did you finish it? Did you make progress towards it? Or did you kind of forget about it until I brought it up 5 seconds ago? And it's not to guilt trip you or make you feel bad, but we really gotta be honest with ourselves if we wanna make progress, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. One of my goals for this year was to end the year being fluent in speaking Spanish, but at this point in the year, the only time you hear me speaking Spanish is when I'm ordering off the Taco Bell menu. I really gotta get back on my Duolingo grind. But that is exactly why reflection matters, because if you don't take a second to think and be like, yo, did I actually do the things I said I was gonna do? Did I actually make progress? Did I forget about it entirely? It's easy for the whole year to pass you by, and then you get to the end and you're just like, dude, what was I even doing with my life? 3 months might not sound like a lot of time, but it really is, bro. Like, that is a whole quarter of the year. If you think back to what you were doing 3 months ago, that was kind of a long time ago. So instead of getting in that mindset and just being like, yo, it's too late, I'm gonna just wait till January to start whatever it is I wanna start, I like to just flip it and be like, yo, it is not too late. I got a lot of time until January. If I was to just lock in on 1 or 2 things, how much progress could I really make? And the answer is a lot. And I'm not even saying you have to hit every single goal that you had at the start of the year, but if you were to just choose a couple things that matter, bro, 1 or 2 things, you can make a lot of progress in them in these last 3 months, and all of that progress carries into the new year. Like, I just feel like it's better to end the year and be like, yo, I started that project, I picked up this habit, I started picking up this habit, I'm getting into this, than it is to just be like, yeah, I didn't really do anything at the end of the year. I think I'm just gonna wait till January 1st to start everything up. And to be honest, a lot of us gotta get rid of that mindset that January 1st is some magic date and is gonna give us some brand new fresh start at life, because it's really not, bro. It's just a brand new calendar date. We're living the same life, we're the same person, so why put off stuff that you could do now till 3 months from now? Like, it's gonna be any different. Another thing that's really important is to just stop relying on motivation to get you to do things. You know, motivation's cool, but you can't rely on it because you're not gonna be motivated 100% of the time. If I was to rely on motivation alone to make YouTube videos, go to the gym, save money, I probably wouldn't do those things at all, bro, because half the time I'd be rolling out of bed with zero motivation altogether. There will be days where you wake up super motivated, but sometimes you're just not gonna feel like it, bro. Sometimes life's gonna get in the way, something's gonna get in the way, an excuse is gonna pop up and it's gonna stop you from doing it, and you're gonna have zero motivation. And that's why instead of relying on motivation to get things done, I think it's important that we learn to rely on discipline and building systems in our life. This is something that I really picked up this year after reading the book Atomic Habits, and I know a lot of people on YouTube hype this book up. That's the whole reason I even read the book in the first place, but after reading it, it's a pretty decent book, bro. It could actually teach you a lot of stuff if you haven't, so definitely go check it out. Systems are basically just little habits or routines that make doing what you want to do easier. Like, for example, I like going to the gym like early in the morning, like not long after I get out of bed, but the problem is half the time I'm really not trying to go to the gym right when I get out of bed. So to make this easier, one thing I started doing is before I go to sleep the night before, I like to lay out all my gym clothes, I like to fill up my water bottle, have all my gym stuff ready, so when I get up, I really got no excuse why I shouldn't be just putting it on and leaving. Another example is I've been trying to save money, which is kind of hard in this day and age, but one thing I've been doing is I have my bank automatically like schedule X amount of money to go into my savings every single month. This way I don't really get an option. The second I get my paycheck, blank amount of money goes into my savings and I don't even get to look at it. These systems don't have to be complicated. They're just little tweaks that take the pressure off of making the hard choice. They just make the hard choice a little bit easier so you're more likely to do it. And with discipline, I feel like it's important to just get into that mindset of accepting the fact that most times you're not gonna wanna do whatever it is you have to do, but forcing yourself to just do it anyway, because that's the only way things are gonna get done. And it takes a while to actually get used to it, to actually have the strength to just force yourself to do stuff, but it really does pay off in the long run. And that's how you stay consistent when you're not motivated, because like I said, you're not always gonna be motivated, bro. Sometimes you just gotta force yourself to do things. And at the end of the day, the goal isn't to finish the year perfect. You know, most things in life, they don't really have a finish line. It's more about moving forward rather than standing still and moving backwards. The goal is to just finish the year better than how you started it. And even if you take one step forward, bro, compared to last year, that is still a win for me, bro. I still think that's a win. And the good thing about locking in now, guys, is if you spend these last 3 months actually locked in, actually picking up good habits, actually making progress, actually doing good things in your life, you're gonna start January already going in the right direction. And you can skip the whole new year, new me stuff, writing out these resolutions and wada-da, and just keep doing what you're doing. But alright guys, that is gonna wrap it up for this video. That is how we end this year strong. And remember, don't overcomplicate it, don't overthink it, don't stress it. Even if you just gotta pick one thing to move forward, a little bit of progress is really better than none. Thank you for watching, and if you made it to this point of the video, drop down in the comment section below what is one thing that you want to work on in these last 3 months of the year. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. You know, I gotta say it. But alright guys, my name's Max, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Wake up out the door, it's time to get this money. So many pitfalls in my life, that shit ain't even funny. Them rainy nights had them days looking mad sunny. My clothes nice, remember when them shits was mad.